relationships impact our well-being? How do relationships impact our health, our longevity, our sense of well-being? This would be the first question. The second question I'm going to answer is, how can we maintain positive relationships? Is it possible to maintain positive relationships? Are there any golden rules that we can apply in our relationships in order to have better, more positive, more open, more comfortable relationships? This is a very important question, I think. And we'll also talk a little bit at the end about the current situation of our relationships. I will focus today on work relationships because I think it's very important to talk about it. And how do the current situation is affecting us and affecting our relationships. So when I talk about relationships, just to make it clear for the sake of this talk, when I talk about relationships, I'm not talking only about intimate relationships, not only about couples. Because most of us operate between 5 forms of relationships and 5 forms of relationships, 5 types of relationships. So the most important relationship, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it later, the relationship with the self. This is the first form of relationship. And then there's also the intimate relationships, our partners, family relationships, whether it's immediate family or extended family. Then we have our social relationships and our professional relationships at work. So whenever I talk in this talk about relationship, I usually refer to all 5 types of relationships, unless I specify something else. So the main term that really conceptualizes the meaning of relationships in positive psychology is the following one. Other people matter. Other people matter. This term was coined by Dr. Christopher Peterson. He was one of my dearest professors when I studied positive psychology. Dr. Christopher Peterson is also one of the 50th most cited researchers of all times in the field of psychology. He was an amazing person, really an amazing person to learn from, an amazing person to interact with. And he believed in people, and he made other people matter. He really did made other people matter. And other people matter is not just a saying, because it's the essence of what positive psychology research has shown about the good life. And why is that? Because Dr. Peterson's work proved that it's in the company of others that we experience and savor pleasure. It is with other people that we work, love, and play. Other people matter to us because the quality of the presence of others in our life has a tremendous effect on how happy we are and how healthy we are and for how long we live. I think the study that emphasizes the most the importance of relationships in our life is called the Harvard Study of Adult Development. You can see it here on the slide. The Harvard Study of Adult Development is also the longest study ever done in psychology. It started many years ago in 1938. The study is now, up until recently, was run by Dr. Robert Waldinger. And back when it started, almost 80 years ago, it followed 724 men since they were teenagers at 1938. Up until today, I mean, about 2 years ago, still 60% of the men that started the study actually lasted until the end of it, and now they're about in their 90s. So the group consisted of men, as I said, in their early teenage years, from various economic background, from Boston's poorest neighborhoods up until Harvard undergraduates. And over the years, the researchers have just followed this group of 724 men, trying to collect information about them. All kinds of like health informations and tests and questionnaires. And also every 2 years, they had an interaction with the study members and asking questions about their lives, about their feelings, about their mental health, about their emotional wellness. And they also interviewed throughout the years family members. They were trying to figure out what makes people happy throughout the years. What is the main component that keeps them happy and healthy throughout the years? And they had 80 years to check it. The study team researchers changed 5 times throughout the years. I mean, we're talking about 80 years. Some of the team members got old and died. So that was the main purpose of this study. And what do you think the study found? What were the findings of the study? What really makes us happy? So they were following these people for 80 years, almost 80 years. I think it was about 78 years. So what are your thoughts? What really made them happy? Is it money that made them happy? Is it fame? Is it IQ that made them happy? What are your thoughts? The study emphasizes the importance of the relationships, and the study findings were as follows. Do you see this old guy smiling? The study found that close relationships, more than money and more than fame, is what keeps us happy throughout our lives. Close relationships protect people from life hardships. They also help delay mental and physical decline. Positive relationships, close relationships are better predictors, even more than IQ and even genes, of how long and how happy our lives are going to be. So close relationships are a key ingredient of life of well-being and health and longevity. And I think this research is an amazing proof of what really, really makes us happy and what is really important to maintain in life. So one of the questions I posted at the beginning of my talk